Welcome to my studio. Hey, I'm Jazz and today I'm gonna do some really big mark making experiments. I'm having a little creative play session because I have a large scale mural project coming up. My design has just 3 colours and the background is going to be showing in quite a few places. I want to break up the solidness of having just a 1 colour background, and I want to do that by using texture. I'm not really sure how I'm going to create the texture. That's why I'm going to have a play around with some paint and a large roll of craft paper. I've got a box here of fun things that I've found around the house I'm going to try out, make some texture with. I plan on creating these mark making and creative play sessions on the regular, so you should definitely subscribe. It'll be fun. Little disclaimer, I had a nightmare with the old filming. One camera I forgot to hit record, and this one I didn't quite set up quite far back enough. Yay for starting out on YouTube. This here is a wallpaper brush. You can just get them at a hardware shop. So I'm imagining on the mural that I'm going to be using a single paint colour as the background, and then the texture I want is either going to be a few shades lighter or darker than the background colour. So I really like the effect that this brush is creating. The movement is beautiful. I'm using a mini roller now. I thought it would be fun, but honestly it just looks a bit standard, so I'm gonna move on. I have some bubble wrap. That was way too satisfying not to pop. I'm putting the whale killer, bubble wrap in the paint, and it's gonna be an interesting texture. And I'm liking how this is turning out. By the way, I turned my camera on now, so that's happy days. I'm enjoying what's happening here, just pushing it on and seeing how much paint is left on it. I think this is going to be a nice effect and quite quick, which is really what I'm going for, having to fill like a 3 by maybe 10 meter wall. This here is some insulation from one of those coal packs I think that we got in the HelloFresh order. It's made of, I believe, coconut fibres. Correct me if I'm wrong. The texture is not exactly what I'm going for. It's kind of fun to play with, but on closer inspection it's actually leaving some fibres. Kind of looks like body hair or animal fluff, which is not really the look that I'm after. I'm just sitting back and having a look at what I've done, having a little ponder. Next I'm using some corrugated cardboard packaging that I had in my old stash, using the roller again to put some paint on there, and we'll see what kind of marks this is going to transfer. It's quite subtle compared to all the other marks around. It's really fun to do. Next I grabbed a paintbrush. I don't really vibe with that, so he gets rejected, sorry mate. I hacked into some heavyweight card that I had. You might recognise it from the previous mark making video. Yay for giving things multiple lives. My hopes was that it was going to make up some really fun marks, but I feel quite underwhelmed about this. I imagined it a lot better in my head, but it's all about those experiments. I had this bread bag around my roller tray, so it made for a quick cleanup, but I actually decided that this might make some fun marks too. Let's have a look. First up, the roller marks, which I kind of like, but are just really predictable. I like the way that this twisted wallpaper brush effect is really beautiful, has lots of movement. You have some promise, my friend. Moving down to the bubble wrap, which was quite fun. You can see the plastic bag marks and then the hairy situation. Oh my word, the hairy situation. You can see them here. Gross. And then the corrugated cardboard and the weird hacked into bit and the little dotties with the roller. I think that this tone on tone texture effect will work really well with the wallpaper brush. Here I am giving it another go a couple of days later because I had so much fun with it and I had 20 minutes before school pickup. I'm going to talk you through my process and my reasoning now behind why I'm doing this. What I want to consider with these marks is which is going to be generally quite speedy to do because I'm doing 20 or 30 square meters, I want something that's going to be fairly quick to apply. I'm also looking at what's going to be the most effective and give me kind of like a consistent coverage. Generally easy to apply in a consistent manner. So here I'm using a textile squeegee, which I often use in my original painting process. I usually create my base layers with the textile squeegee. Some satisfying corrugated cardboard again. Here's some ASMR for you. You'll see the rollers come out again. This paper that I've got hung up is actually a roll of corrugated cardboard that I had some frames delivered in. If you want to see more about my story of how I became a full-time artist, you can click on this video. Thanks for watching to the end. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. Hello. Do you want to cuddle? Mummy's just trying to do a bit of work. Do you want to do some drawing?
Yeah.
You can draw on there. You want to?
In here.
You want to be in there? Yeah. Okay, I'll take it in the lounge.